What's up, you all? Let you all come over to YouTube. I'm gonna give it a couple of, maybe a minute, a couple of minutes. Hope everybody's having a blessed day. Um, Today's show title is called "The Blacker the Berry," Part Three, "The Foundation." I want to give a shout out to Casually Conservative posting these videos, and I hope I have that Juanita Bynum video. Let me check and see. I hope I have it. Oh my goodness. I got it.
Why?
If you're a white person,
But I'm gonna give it a couple of more seconds. What's up, Prudence? What's up, King Tabernacle? What's up, Neat? What's up, Cruise Missile? Thank you so much. All right, you all. So I got some comments today about my content, and I want to say this. The reason I talk the way I talk is because there's these misconceptions that human beings have some sort of hierarchy, meaning that the LGBTQs believe they're better than everybody else because they had the courage to come out and be their authentic selves. Black people obviously believe that they are either gods, goddesses, kings, queens, aliens, just Nephilim, um, you know, Anunnaki, all of it. There may be some whites that believe they're the purest race, the Aryan race. There may be some Hispanics that think this way. There may be all types of groups of people that think they're better than everybody else. The Jews, we're the chosen people, all that kind of stuff, right? So again, when I come on this page, I know that the foundation of all of this stuff is Black folks being oppressed. I know this may be hard to connect this dot, but the foundation for every movement that we have out there, every movement is founded in Black people being oppressed, because Black people being oppressed automatically makes all Black people the victim, but it also makes all white people the culprit. And so from that power dynamics, everything spins off. If you notice, anytime somebody has an agenda or a movement, they complain, it always ends up going back to white men. And if anybody has an agenda or a movement, their cause always ends up going back to Black people in America. If you just pay attention to every agenda, every movement, they'll always reference white people as being the source of it all and Black people as being the inspiration of it all. And so the foundation of all of these movements is pretty much Black and white. And so most talking points that we have about race and inequality and all this stuff, it stems from the belief that Black people are oppressed. That is the foundation of it. It doesn't get any deeper than that. So my channel, my page, my content is really designed, or hopefully designed or geared to shatter that notion. Black people are not oppressed. If Black people are struggling, they're struggling from the choices they make, like if anybody else was struggling. It's not a Black thing. If anybody makes poor choices, they're going to have poor outcomes. For some reason, Black people believe that they can make poor choices, but the outcome is supposed to be good. I don't know where that came from, but that's how most Black people believe, and that's how they feel. But somebody said, Prudence, this is exactly the same sort of thing in Australia, just exchanged the tribal and approved Marxist terms. Right. And so you'll see this rhetoric, what I'm breaking down, the white and Black dynamic, it plays out all across the world. So if you look at any movement, even if it comes to climate change, you go read the articles, they're going to say that it's racist. You're going to see tons of articles on why climate change is racist, because the only way folks get you to buy into all this stuff is to point to something that you believe is true. And so all these movements always point back to the power dynamic between white and Black. I don't believe it exists. I believe that God gives, like the Bible says, every man a measure of faith. And so what you do with that faith is up to you. God gives us free will. It is your job to exercise your free will. It doesn't matter what you went through. It doesn't matter who doesn't like you. It doesn't matter any of those things. On Judgment Day, you're going to be judged for your actions. So God's not going to ask you on Judgment Day, how did they treat you down there? It's not. You're going to be judged on how you responded to everything. Yes. You can go look. I can pull it up. I'll probably pull it up a little later on in the show, but I'll pull up articles on how climate change is racist, yes. Because the only way folks will buy into climate change is if you tie it back into the white and black dynamic. That's the only way. So everybody's mind's already programmed on the white-black power structure. It's no different with Palestine and Israel. It's a white-black power structure. It's the same thing. Israel's racist, Palestine's oppressed. It's the same thing. And so from that thing here in America, this white and black power struggle, which doesn't exist, everything else in the world springs from. This is why today's title is called The Blacker the Berry Part 3, The Foundation. And so hopefully this channel seeks to eradicate this notion that white people are oppressing black people and that black people are oppressed. Every person has their own choices to make in life. And if you make poor choices, you will get poor outcomes. I always say this, when I was a child and I was coming up, they told me that my attitude determined my altitude, not my skin color. Even as a child, they had little nursery rhymes and stories, a little engine that could. I think I can, I think I can, I know I can. So we see that when we were growing up, I'm older than probably a lot of you all, but when we were growing up, nothing was about our skin color. Everything was about our character. Even G.I. Joe would say something about, hold up, and knowing is half the battle. Let me get the right quote from G.I. Joe. I think that might be the quote, though. Well, yeah, that's it. Knowing is half the battle. So, and I love that because knowledge, knowing where the ledge is half the battle. You need to know where the ledge. You need to know how far you should go, where you should go. You need to know that if you go to a certain point, there's no return. You off the ledge, you're going to perish. So knowing is half the battle. But again, these were cartoons. Now all the children's stuff deals with what you look like, what you identify as. Nothing is about character now. And that's for a reason. Because if a person has character, they're not going to fall for all this stuff. So when it comes to black people, nothing pertaining to black people deals with character. Nothing. Everything dealing with black people deals with how they look. Nothing deals with character. Think about that. Think about all the rhetoric surrounding black people, and none of it deals with character. None of it actually deals with the individual character of the man, the woman, or the child. Everything is about how a black person looks. That's a set-up message because it's making black folks believe that character doesn't matter. If you look at black culture, you see it. In the black community, character does not matter. It just doesn't. Culturally, it doesn't. That's why I always say that black people lie. And I say it because black people lie about, because think about it. There's no cultural consequence for lying. Juicy Smollett lied, nothing happened. All these black women that accuse these black men of doing stuff, nothing happens. That lacrosse, remember the girl, the Duke lacrosse player girl? Oh, I'm sorry. The girl that was the stripper or sex worker that was hired by the Duke lacrosse players and she lied on them. Do you know that woman eventually killed her boyfriend? The woman that lied on the Duke lacrosse players, he ended up killing her boyfriend. She gets out of prison next year, 2025. But my point is that there's no consequence for lying. These rappers, they lie all the time. There's no consequence for lying in the black community because black culture doesn't focus on character. It focuses on being black. And being black has absolutely nothing to do with not only skin color, but also nothing to do with being black. I mean, with having character, I'm sorry. Making conservatism look cool says, the fact that Tariq Nasheed is looked at as a thought leader shows you the character is at the bottom of the list as far as priorities. Exactly. Think about who black folks listen to. Umar Johnson, Tariq Nasheed, Ta-Nehisi Coates, Michael Eric Dyson, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Barack Obama. Like, if you just look at who black folks listen to, it shows you. Jasmine Crockett, Tiffany Cross, Joy and Payne Reed, just all of them. Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, Sukihana, all of them. So my point is that because the existence of being black doesn't deal with character, now you have a group of people, a whole nation of people who are almost by default going to do the will of Satan. Because nothing about the black experience actually deals with character. What they do is they tell you that because you are black and you have to deal with white people in some capacity, you automatically have character. You're automatically virtuous, you're automatically righteous, but that's a lie. Just a bold-faced lie. But let me continue. Yeah, King Tabernacle, Louis Farrakhan. We can go through the list of people that black folks listen to that should have no credibility. Right, Nick Cannon. We can go through the list. In fact, I'd venture to say anybody that is famous in the black community already has a voice by virtue of being famous. Anybody in the black community that is famous already has a voice because they're famous, is what it is. Shelley said MLK, exactly. But let's continue.
Muzungu, if you're a white person coming to Kenya, Tanzania, or Uganda, be prepared to hear this word from morning until night, because this is how the Swahili-speaking locals refer to white people. It all started with this man, David Livingstone, a Scottish missionary and explorer who is famous for being the first European to cross the African continent from east to west. Livingstone was literally obsessed with finding the source of the Nile and started one of his famous expeditions in 1866 on the island of Zanzibar. The Swahili-speaking people on the island, they were minding their own business as usual, but they were so confused about these people coming from faraway lands, because to them it looked like Livingstone and his crew were senselessly spinning around on the same spot. And that is exactly when the word Muzungu first came into existence. So the word Muzungu is a derivation from the verb zungu, which literally means spinning around on the same spot. And Muzungu means a person that is spinning around on the same spot.
Now, what's funny is that she said this as a diss to white people. So basically what they're saying is that white people are dumb, but they were able to conquer you all. She's saying that white people, the term Muzungu means you're spinning around in a circle, you're dumb. You're spinning around in a circle. But those same white people were able to conquer the mighty Africans, the mighty kings and queens, gods and goddesses. Just make it make sense. And this is what I mean by lack of character, because the character question is why. Most black people don't ask why, because why is the question that reveals everything. So in her case, she's thinking she's flexing by saying that white people are dumb. So if you come to Tanzania and get called Muzungu, it's because you're stupid. Meanwhile, white folks go to Tanzania and get treated like kings and queens. You best believe it, because they're coming and spending money. So I know this sounds good to say, but again, black folks keep telling themselves, how can an inferior group of people who spin around in circles, how are they able to conquer the mighty kings and queens? Nobody has given me a sensible answer. Let me play it again.
Muzungu. If you're a white person coming to Kenya, Tanzania, or Uganda, be prepared to hear this word from morning until night, because this is how the Swahili-speaking locals refer to white people.
Kofi 19 said that's how they did it. They made the Africans dizzy and then tied them up. Right, Kofi. They made that right. Right. Let's continue. Oh my goodness.
It all started with this man, David Livingstone, a Scottish missionary and explorer who is famous for being the first European to cross the African continent from east to west. Livingstone was...
Now imagine this man Livingstone coming from Scotland, going to Africa and crossing the entire country. I told you all that white people's gift is courage and bravery and faith. Black folks' gifts are influence, but black folks are scary. White people are courageous and brave. White people die on the top of Mount Everest frozen to death. White people die getting mauled by a tiger. Black folks die in an alley, in a closet, at a dice game, pool hall, trap house. When white people had the most extravagant deaths. Black people, not so much. But my point is that this man had enough courage to go to a country inhabited with kings and queens and dare to walk across the whole, or travel across the whole country.
Literally obsessed with finding the source of the Nile and started one of his famous expeditions in 1866 on the island of Zanzibar. The Swahili-speaking people on the island, they were minding their own business as usual, but they were so confused about these people coming from faraway lands, because to them it looked like Livingstone and his crew were senselessly spinning around on the same spot. And that is exactly when the word Muzungu first came into existence. So the word Muzungu is a derivation from the verb zungu, which literally means spinning around on the same spot. And Muzungu means a person that is spinning around on the same spot.
So again, black people don't even have enough sense to realize that this is a diss to them. What you're basically saying is that some people who literally didn't know what they were doing was able to conquer a whole continent of people. The largest continent is Africa. And not just Europeans, but the Portuguese, the Spaniards, everybody, the Arabs, everybody has taken a piece out of Africa. Even the Dutch. And they're only known for windmills and wooden shoes. And they even said, we want some of the action too. Y'all got conquered by the nicest people on the planet. The Dutch ain't known for nothing but terrorizing Africans. Dear white people, if you go to Tanzania and they call you Muzungu, check them, please. Please check them for calling you Muzungu. It's disrespectful. Y'all coming there spending your hard-earned money, making sure the country can function, and they trying to call you a derogatory term. Somebody asked, he said, I'm not black, but why do African people despise American black people? It comes from culture. Black culture is really anti everybody else's culture. And so what black folks have done is they've put their skin color in front of their culture as a shield. So now when somebody says, I don't want to be around them, they say, oh, it's because of my race. That's not the reason. The reason is your culture. Like I said before, most black people indulge in black culture. And so most people, they have any sense, if they see just a hint of Black culture, just a hint of it, they don't want to go near it. I just talked to my aunt, and she said growing up, this years ago, she was like, she said my mother wouldn't let us go past a certain street. We could only go from this street to this street to that street to that street. She said anything past that, she didn't want us to be exposed to the other kings and queens. She said they was bad. So she let her children just had to stay off in just this small radius. I don't want y'all corrupted by the rest of the kings and the queens. So what she was saying was, I don't want that culture to fight against this household's culture. Anyway, so that's just basically why Black people are despised. If they are despised by other people, it's because of the culture. But at the same time, the culture is also celebrated. So what usually happens is the entertaining parts of Black culture are celebrated, and the evil and wicked parts are tucked behind and put in the closet somewhere and not talked about.
Bynum launched her Prayer Institute. According to her website, the Prayer Institute registration cost is $1,499.99. Before I give you my take on this, listen to what Juanita Bynum had to say. Watch this.
And so this is the levels that I am teaching. This is levels about how the brain functions in prayer, what part of the brain reacts to prayer, what you can do to avoid those interruptions. And these are things that I walk through, and these are things that I practice in my own walk with God. So when I get in times of prayer, I don't ever doubt whether or not it's going to be heard, or whether or not it's going to be successful, or whether or not I'm going to get the results that I am praying about.
Now, if prayer is important, or should I say, as important as prayer is, why would you charge somebody $1,500 to teach them how to pray? Like, even if you did have the key to prayer, why would you charge $1,500? If you know that everybody needs prayer, we know that God wants us to pray. We know that we communicate through God through prayer and supplication, fasting, all that. But my point is, if you really believe in what you were saying and doing, why would you charge $1,500? Like, prayer can change somebody's life, can save somebody's life, can change somebody's destiny, change somebody's legacy. Like, life and death, the power of life and death is in the tongue. So prayer is extremely important. It's probably up there with eating and breathing. So for it to be that important, why would you charge $1,500? Let's continue.
And then even understanding mentally that if it's not the results that I'm praying about, then I also know what else is happening as a result of that, which you would just have to come to class to find that out.
That was Juanita Bynum's explanation for charging $1,499.99 to teach people how to pray. Now take a look at the retail price. $1,999.
So the retail price to learn how to pray is $2,000. And I'm gonna tell you right now, prayer is easy. Your intent matters. So when you're praying, what is your intent? It ain't rocket science. Are you being honest? Or are you being a fraud? And it's just that simple. If you couldn't speak, how would you pray? If you couldn't speak, then how would you pray? If you couldn't talk, then how would God hear your prayers? I'll tell you how. Because God will hear from in here. Your intentions are what determines your prayer. Not Juanita Bynum, not a course. It's your intentions, not no vibrations or no frequencies, no parts of your brain. What is your intent behind the prayer? Are you trying to escape accountability or are you trying to own up? What is your intent behind the prayer? Is your intent to be who God wants you to be, or is your intent to get over? What is your intent? That is what your prayer will be determined by. If you pay Juanita Bynum 2 racks to learn how to pray, you got to be crazy. You got to be crazy. Juanita Bynum been wearing a weave in her head for 30 years. Them chemicals have destroyed her brain, clearly. Clearly. Rachel Jordan says, it's not your skin color, it's your character, your attitude, your behavior, the way you treat and talk to others. Amen. It is not your skin color. I heard a guy in the barbershop today, he said, I guess in his industry of, I guess, finance, or I don't know what he's into, something, whatever, he said it's all white Indian. He said when he comes to the meeting and shows up in the room, everybody looks at him because he's the black guy. My problem with his statement is that he's assuming they're looking at him because he's black and not because he's rare. And he also follows up by saying, you don't see us that much in the industry. That's why they're looking at you. You're an anomaly. It's not because you're black, you're an anomaly. It's no different than if a Native American walked into NBA tryouts. It's no different. It's not because you're black. It's because you're not represented that much in that field. But again, even these grown men have this victim mentality. Everybody's picking on them. And again, there are folks in India that are jet black as this microphone. There are folks in India that are as black as this shirt. So clearly it can't be about your color. It is about culture. But in his case, it was just about you rarely see black folks in the industry, whatever he was talking about, because he even said it. Let's continue. Let's continue.
This man listening to Tupac with a Trump flag, bro. You can't make this shit up. Nah, that footage was from a few weeks ago when I was at a festival. I noticed this white dude on a boat with a Trump flag going back and forth. I'm like, why he kind of showing off his boat coming damn near to the shore, to the steps on the edge of this festival that's attended by about 98% black people. I'm like, what, he trying to taunt us with his Trump flag and his boat, but he's playing Tupac? Shit was weird and it caught my attention. Nah, this is what he do today.
Let me tell you something. This Lincoln Beach. This ain't no fucking Trump land right here. This ain't Trump land. We ain't doing that here. We ain't doing that here. This is Lincoln Beach. I got my flag. They got their flag, I got my flag. This ain't happening here. This is where you stand your ground right here. That ain't happening.
I don't think it's no coincidence that he showed up at Lincoln Beach and he got nothing but Hispanics and blacks there. And he got a Cuban flag. And y'all all know Americanized Cubans are sometimes more racist than white supremacists. And they from Cuba. The people in Cuba cool though. I've been there. It's all love. But man, come on, dog. He barking up the wrong tree.
Imagine being a white guy on a boat bumping Tupac. Y'all do realize that most of Tupac's fans are white, if you didn't know. There are more white Tupac fans than there are black. And guess what? White folks buy the music, y'all don't. Those artists' record sales come from white people, not y'all. So imagine being a white guy with your Trump flag and your Cuban flag, bumping Tupac, drinking a beer, and this black man is taking exception to it. Taking exception to it. Play it again. My bad. Not Cuban. I'm sorry. You're right. It is Puerto Rican flag. You're right. It is
This man listening to Tupac with a Trump flag, bro. You can't make this shit up. Nah, that footage was from a few weeks ago when I was at a festival. I noticed this white dude on a boat with a Trump flag going back and forth. I'm like, why he kind of showing off his boat coming damn near to the shore, to the steps on the edge of this festival that's attended by about 98% black people. I'm like, what, he trying to taunt us with his Trump flag and his boat, but he's playing Tupac? Shit was weird and it caught my attention.
So he said that the beach was 98% black and Hispanic. The guy is Puerto Rican. He just said that the beach is 98% Hispanic and black, but the guy's being racist and he's Puerto Rican. This is why I say that being black has nothing to do with how you look. It is an ideology. It is a thought. It is a spirit. It has nothing to do with appearance. He's getting mad at a Hispanic person being at what he says is a Hispanic and black beach.
Nah, this is what he do today.
Let me tell you something. This Lincoln Beach. This ain't no fucking Trump land right here. This ain't Trump land. We ain't doing that here. We ain't doing that here. This is Lincoln Beach. I got my flag. They got their flag. I got my flag.
So imagine the black man choosing to plant this flag. He don't own the beach. He doesn't own anything in the vicinity, but he's willing to go to war with another person of color because they have the Trump flag waving with their Puerto Rican flag. Nobody else is worried about this guy except him. Somebody mentioned in the comments, somebody said, imagine the black folks being worried about the Trump flag, but y'all ain't worried about the rainbow flag, the trans flag, that pedophile flag. Black folks would get upset at the Trump flag, but it's a whole bunch of flags waving that black folks ain't got a problem with. Literal flags about pedophilia, literal. This is why I say the black man is weak. Look at what this black man is choosing to put his foot down about. Not Joe Biden, not the country going down in flames, not the economy, not inflation, not this global agenda, not Klaus Schwab, not Bill Gates, none of that. Not the Great Reset, New World Order, liberal world order, not all these wicked agendas, not the shots, not the Peter pandemics, not the climate change. The black man chooses to put his foot down on somebody who is 50, 60 feet away on a boat waving a Trump flag and a Puerto Rican flag. He's ready to defend Lincoln Beach, which he doesn't own. Now, when it came to them shots rolling out, he wasn't willing to defend his people then. But when it comes to something stupid and silly and frivolous, now he's ready to go to war. The black man is weak.
This ain't happening here. This is where you stand your ground right here. That ain't happening.
I don't think it's no coincidence that he showed up at Lincoln Beach and he got a number of Hispanics and blacks there. And he got a Cuban flag. And y'all all know Americanized Cubans are sometimes more racist than white supremacists.
So imagine being wrong about the flag. Then, to justify your stupidity, you basically say, even though they're Cuban, or as he says, Cuban, they're Americanized, so they're racist. So you black people lie. Black folks lie. Instead of just saying I might be wrong, or instead of just minding his own business, he's just gonna lie. Because you can lie when it comes to black culture. You don't have to have character. This is what I'm talking about, that the black existence doesn't revolve around character or being honorable, having principles, morals, or standards. It involves around being black, and that's something totally different.
And they from Cuba. The people in Cuba cool though. I've been there. It's all love. But man, come on, dog. He barking up the wrong tree.
He barking up the wrong tree, as if you go, what are you gonna do to him? You can't swim. He's on a boat. Like honestly, what is he gonna do to this man? Like, what's he gonna do? Honestly, you barking up the wrong tree on a beach you don't even own. It's like I said, the black man is weak. Out of all the things this black man could have fought for, out of all the agendas, all the propaganda, all the shots, all the diseases, all the 5G, all the GMOs, all the wicked global families and agendas and all the stuff he could have fought against, he's choosing to fight against somebody who don't even care about his existence. This guy's out there on his boat, minding his business, living his best life. You know how good life gotta be for you to be sitting there bumping Tupac, drinking a beer, waving your country's flag and a Trump flag? Life got to be good. You chilling. And who wants to ruin his day? Somebody black. Somebody black. Somebody black.
Sometimes.
Shout out to Casually Conservative. He been having me cry with these videos. He found a new clip of Pastor Manning, the extended version of it. Oh my goodness, let's go.
Been going on for some time. I've been around black folk all my life, and I'm telling you that they are devoid of wisdom and understanding. They're good at sex and sports, but after that, they don't have understanding about the world. They don't.
Did you see that Biden speech at Morehouse?
Been around.
Did y'all hear his soul cry? I'm gonna play it again. But Pastor Manning's soul cried out.
Been going on for some time. I've been around black folk all my life, and I'm telling you that they are devoid of wisdom and understanding. They're good at sex and sports, but after that, they don't have understanding about the world. They don't.
Did you see that Biden speech at Morehouse College?
No.
It's a black college, and they gave him an honorary degree. It's where MLK went.
This is when?
Just this past weekend. So they gave him an
okay.
honorary degree, and he did, gave a speech. And first of all, the fact that they're giving an honorary degree to Joe Biden, who's like, I mean, the list of racist comments that guy has made is as long as Santa's scroll, but okay, fine. So they got him to speak there. They made him feel good about himself. And then, do we have it, you guys? I think we have a bit of a soundbite of him, or we're pulling it over. But it was the most pandering, absurd picture of blacks in America and the present day and America's relation to our black population. It was absolutely disgusting. It was like he was trying to stir up racial hatred right there live, to the point where a couple of the black students turned their backs on him, which was pretty extraordinary.
The reason why the Bliggity Blacks turned their back on Joe Biden was not because of his rhetoric. That would be too much like right. They turned their back on him based on Israel and Palestine. So the Bliggity Blacks, even in a moment where they should have some kind of understanding, they don't. They turned their back on him because of Israel and Palestine. Imagine a bunch of black people fighting for Palestine just to go over there and then folks don't even care about them. Imagine all these black folks risking everything to fight for Palestine and just to go over to the Palestinians and say, we don't care nothing about y'all, because they don't.
And he does it all the time, right? I'll show you the soundbite as soon as you get it cued, but
well, Democrats,
this is not unusual.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy. Been going on for some time. I've been around black folk all my life, and I'm telling you that they are devoid of wisdom and understanding. They're good at sex and sports, but after that, they don't have understanding about the world. They don't.
Did you see that Biden speech at Morehouse College?
No.
Listen, man, Pastor Manning, that came from his soul. That comes from long nights of prayer in your prayer closet, and you praying, you done stripped yourself naked, you praying to God, and you trying to get an answer when it comes to these black people. That yell that he yelled out came from years of prayer and deep soul searching, trying to find an answer. And the answer that God revealed to him was that answer. They're good at sex and sports, but they don't have any wisdom. They don't have any understanding. They don't understand the world. And it's true. And it's not because black folks are born that way. It's because the culture they indulge in says that everything is about everything. I'm sorry. Their culture says that everything is about their skin color. That automatically lowers your IQ down because it takes away critical thinking. If you make everything about your skin color, there's no nuance in life. If a bird flies over and takes a dump on your head, it's because you're black. If you find a $100 bill on the ground, it's because you're black. You walk outside, get hit by a car, it's because you're black. You get a girl's phone number, it's because you're black. So it takes away all critical thought. And so now if you get the job, it's because you're black. You don't get the job, it's because you're black. If you didn't get sick, it's because you're black. And if you got sick, everything revolves around you being black. So that means that the average black person doesn't have any critical thinking skills at all because everything revolves around them being black. So again, when Pastor Manning was praying and fasting, trying to come to that revelation, because I do believe, like most people, you care. Most of us actually care. So you do some soul searching and you try to get to what is wrong with black people? And then when God reveals it to you, it's almost like it knocks you back because you realize it's pride, narcissism, arrogance. It's just a lack of character. What are the 5 spirits of blackness? Pride, entitlement, oppression, envy, jealousy, and offense. Somebody said add the spirit of lying to that. Somebody said add the spirit of lying to that. Somebody said if a raindrop falls on your head, it's because, if a raindrop falls on your head, it's Mother Earth trying to wash you clean. If the sky doesn't have any rain, it's because God is exacting his punishment on white people. So there won't be any rain. It don't matter what you pick, it's because you're black. Seek the Truth says, listen to Torch of Christ Ministries, and he went to Haiti. I'll listen to it, Torch of Christ Ministries. I'll listen to it. I'll listen to it. So Kofi says, spirit of gullibility. It's true.
Let me guess. White people invented race. No. It was the Portuguese. They invented what we know as whiteness and blackness. Race was a made-up term to just push capitalism and free labor. America was built on the lie of race and white superiority. It never existed. It was made up. Think about it. If we knew the true history and achievements of people of color globally, and that race was a constructed lie to push capitalism, we could rewrite laws. We could reconstruct our entire government. Imagine.
I'm gonna start it over. First of all, he's a Marxist communist. But can you all help me out with this? Where can't you go and find what people built and created? Like where, like okay, so what? How can I say this the right way? Show me where they're hiding who did these great things in the world. Please. We have libraries, we have countless books, institutions. Like, show me where they're hiding the achievements globally of people of color when most of the world is people of color. How is that being hidden? Oh, I get it. Black people don't like to read. So they believe if it's put in a book, it's actually being hidden from them. They're not withholding any information from you black people. Y'all know about the Anunnaki. Y'all know about the Nibiru planet. Y'all know about the Nephilim. Y'all know about the stars and the celestial seasonings. And y'all know about all this stuff. Black folks know everything. Black folks say they was first. They've been on here trillions of years. Black folks invented everything. Black people know everything. So I'm trying to figure out, if y'all know everything, where is this great hiding of information taking place? Where is this great hiding of information taking place? We got ancient Kemet, we got Kush, y'all built the pyramid. What information are they hiding from black people? Please help me. Because black people know everything. You'll be hard pressed to find a black person that don't know everything.
Let me guess. White people invented race. No. It was the Portuguese. They invented what we know as whiteness and blackness. Race was a made-up term to just push capitalism and free labor. America was built on the lie of race and white superiority. It never existed. It was made up. Think about it. If we knew the true history.
Show me any founding documents that says that white people are superior to anybody. Show me any founding documents for this nation that state that white people are superior. Black folks love talking about receipts. They never give you receipts. Show me the document that says, it's just like the laws. Show me the racist law. Show me the law that says black people can't do this. Show me the documents that say white people are superior. Let's continue.
And achievements of people of color globally, and that race was a constructed lie to push capitalism, we could rewrite laws. We could reconstruct our entire government. Imagine what we could accomplish as a species. Mars, we could travel the fucking galaxies.
My greatest fear and my worst nightmare is there actually being more black people in what they call outer space. My greatest fear is for black people to create a ship or something leave this planet and go populate galaxies and universes and all, well, galaxies and cosmos and all that. That's my greatest fear. My greatest fear is for black folks to get on a spaceship, leave, go populate the universe, and then come back with a vengeance. Oh my goodness. Could you imagine black folks coming back with spaceships, laser beams, advanced technology? Oh my goodness. Could you imagine? That's my greatest fear. So when he started talking about outer space and Mars and colonizing, I start trembling, because that's, to me, I'm terrified.
We could reconstruct our entire government. Imagine what we could accomplish as a species. Mars? We could travel the fucking galaxies.
God forbid if black people are able to get to Mars. If black folks went to Mars in 50 years, when you was on a telescope, you wouldn't be able to see it no more. You wouldn't be able to see it no more. It'd be gone in 50 years. Please, Lord, don't ever give black people the power to build no spaceships. Please, Lord. Please let it all be a myth, that they were able to, there's a mothership out there. Please, Lord. Please, please. My greatest fear is that I go to another planet and there's black people there, and they more advanced and more intelligent, and they more decadent, more foolish. God. Please, Lord. In Jesus' name, please, Lord, let there not be a black planet. Please. No black aliens, Lord, please. Oh, Lord, please. No. I don't want the Nephilim, Lord, don't make them black either, Lord. Please. Please, Lord, keep this. Lord, keep these black folks down here. I believe that God made the firmament to keep black folks down here. I believe that God made the firmament so that black folks couldn't escape. Because the worst fear is for black folks to populate. Oh my goodness. Please. I couldn't take it. Could y'all imagine a race of black people that acted like black folks here, but had all the powers? Imagine a bunch of Thanoses running around here. Woo! Lord, keep them here, please. Let's continue.
Our black Gen Xers so pissed off nowadays.
So just to be clear, this is what y'all be talking about when y'all talking about gaslight. Trying to figure out what we mad at. Well, I wouldn't even say we mad. More like frustrated, because we persevere in spite of. But when it comes to being mad with a 400-year head start, what's wrong with you? But I digress.
What are, honestly, what are black people persevering through? Like, what is happening in the average black person's life that they have to fight and struggle to get through? What is it? What can somebody tell me on a day-to-day basis, what are black people going through that's making them have to persevere? What is it? What is it? When I go on social media, all I see is black folks on there stunting, living their best life. I never see a viral video of a black person going through all this adversity. Right, Diamone. Diamone said black folks be robbing the galaxy, pillaging and plundering.
Why are black Gen Xers so pissed off nowadays?
So just to be clear, this is what y'all be talking about when y'all talking about gaslight. Trying to figure out what we mad at. Well, I wouldn't even say we mad. More like frustrated, because we persevere in spite of. But when it comes to being mad with a 400-year head start, what's wrong with you? But I digress. And before I get too far from it, why you say black like that was your first time ever using that word?
Why are black? You guys grew up in the same generation I did, the 80s and 90s.
80s and 90s? You talking about when the Central Five got framed and Rodney King got the side pockets beat off of?
You ain't never seen a Klansman.
We see Klansmen all the time. They just stopped wearing them sheets so they could see.
We grew up with Jordan on our wall. Tupac.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I wasn't mad when I started this video, but I'm mad now because I ain't never heard nobody say Tupac like a compound word. Tupac? But if I was you, I'd be like Michael Jackson and start with the man in the mirror. Because the last time I checked, the angriest folks in America don't see color. Now cue the music.
Another satisfying racial moment.
Maybe that's why they're so mad. Because they colorblind. We got any colorblind folks in the chat? Can y'all confirm? Are y'all walking around here mad that I'm up because you don't see color?
This is why I say the black man is weak. The white guy brought up a very valid point. He said, y'all grew up in the 80s and 90s like me. He said, what y'all mad at? If we go back to the 90s, and let's be honest, most kids in the 90s had the same stuff. I'll just say for the young men from the 90s. If you went to another guy's room and he was white, on his wall was the same type of stuff. Jordan, like it was the same stuff on the wall. It wasn't like y'all, because we all listen to the same music. Granted, you had some guys who's in the heavy metal and rock and all that stuff, but for the most part, people listen to like the regular, all the music. So culturally, they wore the same clothes, the same shoes. Everybody wanted Jordans. So either Jordans or Air Max or Nike Cortezes. So again, the white guy brings up a good point. What are y'all mad at? Y'all grew up with us. What are you talking about? And this guy thinks that he ate, like y'all say they be eating, they ate. What point did he prove? He said a 400 years head start and slavery did not last 400 years. So not only, just think about this. Not only do black folks not like to read, but they can't do math either. Go look at when slavery started and when it ended. It's not 400 years. It's like 250 some years. Come on, man. This is crazy. This man made a whole video that's literally gaslighting. Trying to make this white guy seem racist and he's not. The white guy is asking a valid question. What are y'all so upset about? I asked the same thing. What are y'all mad at? When I was growing up, I never saw this much racial stuff on TV and in movies. I didn't. You didn't either. We didn't start seeing all this racial stuff on TV and movies until Barack Obama. All this stuff started in Barack Obama's presidency because they were trying to get you to believe that because America had a black president, there wasn't any progress. It was still the same. It was a whole propaganda machine behind making you believe that America was worse, even though it had a black president. And most black folks fell for it. It was propaganda trying to make you believe that America was worse, even though it had a black president. Because naturally somebody would say, if we got a black president, America can't be that bad. Bunch of propaganda. And black folks are junkies. Black folks are dope fiends for propaganda. Don't nothing make a black person higher than propaganda. But let's continue.
Hey, what's good? I'm about to show you guys a video, and we're going to talk about it.
Here as well as rapper Chef G. Does everybody know Chef? Where is Chef G? Where is he? Come on up, fellas. Rapper Sleepy Hallow. Come on up here, fellas. How are you, man? Hey. Oh, I like that. I want to get that done.
Trump. Oh man. One thing I want to say. One thing I want to say. They always gonna whisper your accomplishments and shout your failures. Trump gonna shout the wins for all of us. Make America great again.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
All right, family.
You want me to do what? Play this link? I don't know how I can. Hey, Angel, just type in the title of the video and I can just put it in YouTube. Because I can't grab this link. Won't let me grab it. But just, if you give me the title of the video, I can just put it in YouTube, put it up. Dang, I'm on. I can't go to my DM because I'm on Instagram. Just yeah, but I can't pull the link up. It won't let me highlight the link to grab the link. So I'm saying if she give me the title of it, I can just type it in my just type it in YouTube and find it there. Okay, I got you. Give me 1 second, y'all. YouTube Prophets Are Hilarious by All Things Theology. Okay, that's what it is. Let me see. Is this it? Hold on, is that the exact title? Let me try this again. Try this again. YouTube Prophets Are Hilarious. It's a whole bunch of videos coming up, but it's. Let me type in All Things Theology. Hold on. What's the name of the person's page? Okay, so okay, I got it. I got it. Okay, I got it. Okay, hold on 1 second. All right, wait 1 second. This is Twan right here on the page. I'm gonna come back to him, play this video real quick. Let me go to it.
Oh, Pastor, I live in a house, Pastor. You live in a house. Yes, God. You live in a house. Hallelujah. The Lord told me that there's a bedroom in your house. Yeah, God. Yeah, God. There's a bedroom in your house. Oh, Pastor. Somewhere around the corner, if not in that room, there's a bathroom in there. I didn't tell him nothing. Y'all thought I was false. I didn't tell him nothing. Do I know you? Do I know you? I don't know you, man. I don't know you, man. You, where do you live? Well, Pastor, I live in a house, Pastor. You live in a house? Yes, God. You live in a house? Hallelujah. The Lord told me that there's a bedroom in your house. Yeah, God. Yeah, God. There's a bedroom in your house. Oh, Pastor. Somewhere around the corner, if not in that room, there's a bathroom in there. I didn't tell him nothing. Y'all thought I was false. I didn't tell him nothing. Do I know you? Do I know you? I don't know you, man. I don't know you, man. You, where do you live?
So people say they don't understand. So basically, you know, basically they're saying how pastors should be telling you obvious stuff. So he says you have a house, he said you got a bedroom, you got a bathroom. Like pastors don't really be saying nothing. They just be on social media just saying the obvious. Like yesterday, we saw the guy that was big talking about, you know, he eat what he want to eat. You know, he wasn't saying nothing. Just the Last Supper on this side. You see him eating some more food the next day. It's just great. So yeah, they now that TikTok lady you all, let me try to find her real quick, man. Because I can't, because it's on my phone and I really took the videos from TikTok. Oh man, because I forgot to get it. Because I got it from so I typed in big white girl eat, but a million came up. I mean, I just can't, I gotta be more specific. I just forgot the girl's name, but a million of them came up. That was a bad thing to type in. Yeah, I ain't gonna be able to find it, y'all, because I don't know what to put in. I put in, she's pretty popular too, but goodness, my goodness. Oh my goodness. I forgot her name. Hold up. Let me try one more time. Big white girl eat McDonald's. Fat white girl eats McDonald's. Oh, filet of fish. They want me to log in. I don't know my TikTok login. I don't know. I tried, y'all. I'm sorry. I really forgot, y'all. Let me see. Try on YouTube. Fat white girl fillet of fish. Sorry, y'all. I can't. Man, I'm sorry, y'all. Listen, I can't. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't find it. You know, just a million. I'm sorry, a million white girls came up there was fat eating. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta try to find her video because I pulled it from TikTok. I don't know my login. It's just gonna be too much. I'm sorry, y'all. It's just. Hold on 1 second. So I know I promised y'all. Hold on Instagram 1 second. Let me try it real quick. Let me see if I can.
I don't know who the fuck need to hit this, but we fight for acceptance. I don't know.
Let me go to this girl. I just need her name. Just give me her name and I can do the rest. Just give me her name and I can do the rest. I don't see her, y'all. I thought I saved the video. I don't see her. I don't see her. Where is she? I don't know how I'm able to miss her. Why can't I see her? She got to be eating something. I don't see it, y'all. I'm sorry. I see some videos that aren't even on here anymore, so something must have happened to her page. Maybe, I don't know. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't find it. I forgot her name because it's on there. I forgot her. I mean, her name is like real small on the TikTok video. Yeah, I saw some videos that got deleted on there. So sorry, y'all. Let's get back to Twan though.
Saw the video, we gonna talk about it, right? So of course that was on Instagram. So, you know, I'm reading the comments, and it never ceased to amaze me how, you know, our brothers and sisters are real quick to, you know, call somebody a raccoon or sell out and Uncle Tom. I mean, my question is, at what point do you get tired, man? At what point are you not allowed to, I'm tired. I'm doing something different. Because y'all know the majority of us vote Democrat. Y'all know it. In our community, the majority of us vote Democrat. We are the only people that vote for shit and don't get shit back in return. Every year, these black Democratic politicians, these white politicians, that's Democrats, continuously say shit to get our attention, to get our vote, and then spit in our face in the end. At what point are we not supposed to be like, you know what, I'm tired. I'm tired. I mean, it's not like we trying to start a whole different party. You know, and we're so quick to, well, our ancestors died so we can vote. Okay, well, if you have that attitude of you have to vote, and then, you know, y'all are quick, both sides, both Republicans and Democrats are real quick to say, well, I vote for the lesser of the two evils. Well, both of you guys have that same mentality. So back to us. If we feel like, you know what, I think my best interest is to vote for this guy, I don't understand what the problem is. And then many of you guys will be like, well, he's a racist. Okay, well, what about Biden? What about them? What about Clinton and all of these other people? They just may not openly say shit, but look at what they do. Their actions. The laws that's set like a rabbit trap. I mean, at what point are we not supposed to want some type of change?
So, if you think about it, what he's talking about is basically what black people are saying is that if you're tired, let's just talk about politics for 1 second. If you're tired of Democrats, your option is to not go Republican, though. So if you think about it, what black folks will ask you to do is to die on that sword. And you'll die on that sword of Democratic Party because if you can't, they'll say you vote Libertarian and they're not gonna win. And you vote Republican, you a sellout. So it's almost by default, you gotta vote Democratic. And then like he said, if you do, you're gonna be called a coon. So I wish, just think about this for a second. Think about two old white men, that's what they are, running for office. One of them doesn't say anything racist, remotely racist. The other one is constantly saying things that could be deemed racist. And I call Joe Biden racist because of his attitude towards black people. He doesn't believe that black people have the common good sense to make good decisions. That's why he's racist. He doesn't believe you all know how to think, which is what most white liberals feel, that you all don't know how to think. But imagine black people saying, you have to pick Joe Biden. Think about this. This is what black folks are saying. We don't care how bad the past 4 years have been, you have to pick Joe Biden. This means that the majority of black people don't actually care about the fate of America. They don't. I'm trying to figure out how are black people surviving and what's going on? Like everybody's being affected by this economy. Everybody's being affected. How are black people existing in all of this and oblivious to it like it's not a problem? Joe Biden isn't saying, I'm gonna get the economy better. He's not running on that platform. I'm gonna make sure, so my question is, what is Joe Biden running on that makes black folks want to vote for him still? I'm just saying. Because it doesn't make any sense to me. Worst case scenario, everybody should get a pass this next election. Like everybody should get a pass because clearly the country is going down in flames. So clearly not voting for Joe Biden has to be accepted now because the country's in shambles. JV Chanel said, I only know one person that had their student loans forgiven. I want to see the process involved in student loan forgiveness. You said her name might be Silla Pie 43. Let me see. Because I found a video with her in it. Silla Pie 43. Let's see if that's. Uh-oh. Thank you, Patty. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now, here go my thoughts on. Let me just show it. Let me just show it. I'm trying to find a disgusting video for y'all to look at because I want to see y'all get the full essence of what's going on. Okay, so
Well, I don't work. I can't work. I'm disabled.
I work. I do a dash. Do what I gotta do. It's quick money, it's easy money, and it's good money. So I do a dash. That's what I do for a
And
living.
she does not push RVs.
I don't push
y'all.
RVs.
That was the joke of TikTok.
So you see, it wasn't the person was black, but it's a stud. The person is black, but it's a stud. She has a stud fully equipped with cholesterol and hormones. But this is who Bay is. But the girl that says she doesn't work, Cilla Pie, she's disabled, so she listen. Have y'all ever wondered how those folks on that show with Dr. Now? Oh, let me get my screen right. My 600-pound life. Have you ever wondered how much money it costs to be 600 plus pounds? Hold on. If all of us wanted to be 600 pounds, how much money would we have to spend to do that? It's a lot of money involved in eating like that. So these folks had to be getting money from somewhere. They have to be getting a check from somewhere to be able to afford the food. There's no way DoorDash is feeding, she worked about 3 people. There's no way DoorDash is feeding 5 people. It's 2 of them, but it's 5 because the math, the cholesterol, diabetes makes the math multiply instead of add. So it's 5 people sitting there. But let's go back to it real quick though.
All right. Next question. Callie. Shout out to Callie. This is your question. She said, what is a dream you both have and hope to achieve one day? You can go first, babe.
My dream is to be successful. I want to live the life that God has prepared for me, His divine will, and I feel like that.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Stop. This girl is sitting here practicing gluttony every day, engaging in a high caloric sexual diet with this woman over here, and living in utter sin and decadence, and talking about God's divine will for her life. as she stuffs a script in her mouth. God's divine will for her life.
Oh, this is my time, our time. But I just want to be successful. I just want to share the love and the positivity that's within me. I want to share it with everybody. And this has been my dream to do YouTube mukbangs. A lot of people have helped me that I watch on YouTube, and I just want to do the same thing. Just share what I have that's on the inside of me and encourage people. That's what I want. That's my dream.
What's on the inside of her is fat. Her heart is working extra. She's not going to live probably past, it's sad. They don't usually make it past 50. They don't make it past their 50s. When was the last time you saw somebody that was obese and 80 years old, 90 years old? All the old folks that make it to their 80s and 90s and the hundreds are skinny. These people don't make it that long. So she's doing all this stuff, talking, but it's a death sentence. What's on the inside of you, lady, is just fat. Low self-esteem, fat, high cholesterol, diabetes, hypertension, a heart working overtime. Let's continue.
Well, my dream is to really be, I want my family to be straight. I love my family. I want to be able to give back. So that's me. I'm a loving person, and I love to see people happy, and I love to give back because I'd rather give than receive. Because, people out here doing worse than I am. And I really want to achieve myself to be an activist one day. I love to talk about life, what's going on in the world, because there's a lot of corrupt stuff going on in the world. So, I want to be able to hit them books and do what I need to do to become an activist. But, that's one of my dreams, y'all. I just want to help the world. If I can help the world to have more world peace, that's what I want to do.
This woman said, I want to be an activist. There's a lot of corrupt stuff going on in the world as you are stuffing your face with MSG and GMOs. Imagine a person saying, I want to fight corruption and literally consuming corruption in your diet every day. This is what society is trying to breed right here. Two people that want to do absolutely nothing with their lives. I want to see the girl said, I want to have what's on the inside. I want to give to everybody else. That's easy. Just throw up. And this one over here talking about she want to be an activist. I need to hit the books. I want to help people. How are y'all going to help people when you're obese, you're overweight, you're out of shape? How you going to be an activist and you can't walk down the street but for 2 minutes? This is crazy. This is what society is breeding. People have goals of doing nothing and want to get paid for it. I want to be an activist. I want to spread positivity. What kind of skill set is that? This is crazy. You want to be an activist, let me guess. White people are racist, but your girlfriend is white. White people are racist, but you dating 3 white women. Get out of here, man. Well, y'all saw the The Lover. Y'all saw The Lover. It was a stud, the mayor of Studville, equipped with goatee and dreads. And have y'all noticed that the studs never dress like regular guys? Studs always put on this kit of a tough guy. The world is not just tough guys. You have artistic guys, you have metrosexual guys, you have all types of men in the world, but the studs only pick one archetype of man, and that is the tough guy. They never pick a regular guy. You never see a stud trying to be a stay-at-home dad. Like, they always pick the same type of guy, the tough guy, the guy that looks the part. It's cap. It's cap. But let's continue.
Caitlin Clark. There's no. I think she's amazing. I watched every time I possibly could, and our league loves her. This has nothing to do. We're just doing our job. We're gonna show up. Who is ever on the other team is on the other team. We don't really care. We're gonna show up and do us. And so I think this narrative of like everybody hating on Caitlin Clark, and even the black and white thing, knock it off. It's not there. It's not there. So shut down the noise. And by the way, what is she, 22? She's a 22-year-old woman with a lot of pressure.
She's not perfect.
She's not perfect. She's a rookie in this league. Like, back off.
Yeah.
Back
She's
off.
learning and growing just like everyone else.
If y'all don't believe that these women aren't hating on Caitlin Clark, you crazy.
That's what people don't give her a chance. This is growth. We tell our rookies every single day, this is new. You're coming into a whole nother new world and starting over. So it's the questions are only annoying because it's like, she's young, she's a rookie. Y'all keep asking us these questions as if she's a grown-ass woman that's been in this league for years. Like, no, she's doing her job, we're doing ours. And at the end of the day, that's how we grow, is when we get better and do things like that. So, yeah, I'm just exhausted over the conversation because I know she's exhausted. I can only imagine. So,
And so far as the charters and this and that, I don't care if Kermit the Frog made the change. We've been fighting for this.
Becky over here, what?
We've been pushing. I mean, I played in this league in '99, and we were traveling the same way. And I'm, like I said, I don't really care who's bringing this or who's bringing the crowds. What I care is that they're there and they're on the eyes and they see how great women's basketball is. That's what I care about, and that's a mic drop. Bye.
But that's cap, though. That's cap. Because if you know that she's bringing the viewership to the WNBA, then why wouldn't you acknowledge that? Like, why hasn't anybody said, okay, if it's not racism and you're not hating, then why has anybody said, let's thank Caitlin Clark for coming to WNBA? If what y'all are saying is true, then why has no one given Caitlin Clark her flowers as part? You heard she just said, I don't care if it's Kermit the Frog. No, you should care. It's not Kermit the Frog, it's Caitlin Clark. This is why it's hate. Because she brought eyes to the WNBA and y'all are acting like it's nothing. Well, I don't care who brought it, Kermit the Frog, anybody. I just want the eyes here. What? That's disrespectful. She brought them there. People want to see her play, not you. Not Aja Wilson. Nobody wants to see a bunch of manly women running down the court. They don't want to see it. It's already been proven. Men watch sports, not women. Men want to see feminine women showing superior athleticism. They want to see feminine women do it. Men do not like studs. I don't know who told y'all that. Men don't like studs. Men don't like women that walk around wearing a strap on. They don't like it. It's not cute. Men don't like it. Men are very disturbed when women act like men. it's a turn off and it's offensive. I don't care if Kermit the Frog brought it. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you say that? Like it's no big deal. Like it's no big deal. Where is that clip? Ooh, where is it? Oh. There was another young lady talking about Caitlin Clark. She was just going off. Here it goes.
Women that get this. I'm tired of it. Like, here's my thing, you guys. What else? Who are these girls? Who are these girls that are hating on Caitlin Clark? Are you just combing through Twitter? What else are these women supposed to do? Fawn over her? Fangirl over her? Bend the fucking knee? Kiss the ring? Like, what do you want from them? We cannot, every time the girl plays a game, she got 40 games, guys. She got 35 more games. We are not every single game gonna revisit and retread this same tired ass rhetoric that all these girls are hating on her, and they need to be thankful. They have been. Sure. They've said it time and time and time again. You want the girl every single time she walks out onto the court? What are we supposed to do? You want them all to give Caitlin their firstborn? Like, what are you looking for? It is embarrassing, because if this was the men and you just watched a bunch of other dudes fawn over someone all the time, you'd call them weak. That would be a soft move. Where's your competition? Where's the animus that used to be in the NBA when they really hated each other? Now they're all friends. It's so boring. We hate it. With women, you want them to do what?
We want them to stop hating. And again, the hating is not what you all are saying, is what you all are not saying. Nobody's asking you all to fawn over Caitlin Clark. Nobody. When I hear you all talking about Caitlin Clark, y'all are very dismissive. That's the issue. And you're being dismissive because she is a white, heterosexual woman from Middle America. She's your number one enemy. Let's call a spade a spade. The white woman, Middle America, Christian values, conservative, has a white boyfriend or fiance or whatever, is your greatest enemy. Let's be honest. The conservative white woman is the enemy to black women and women of color. So you're telling me that you're able to distinguish between Caitlin Clark and the rest of the white women who are quote unquote racist. It's cap. It's cap. Y'all put all white folks in the same boat. And I'm going to say it again. You all are hating on Caitlin Clark. As soon as she got a shoe, y'all went ballistic. Nobody's going to buy Aja Wilson's shoe nor her jersey. I think somebody else got a shoe. Y'all got Nike out here virtue signaling, making shoes nobody's going to even buy. Folks are going to buy Caitlin Clark shoes and jerseys. They're going to buy it. They're not buying y'all other paraphernalia. They're not going to buy it. So you all are hating because what you all do is you put your little minions out into the social media world and you put pressure on these corporations to be woke. Jason Whitlock said it. I hope I have his clip in here. They're gonna break Caitlin. They're gonna break her. She can't deal with this. Caitlin Clark can't deal with all this. It's foolishness. Caitlin Clark cannot deal with all of this. But Jason Whitlock had an excellent clip where he talked about it. Because Charles Barkley said something about it, LeBron said something, and LeBron is just saying it because LeBron he's just so passive aggressive. He's just so disgusting. I'm like a woman, LeBron James. There was a Jason Whitlock clip. I don't see it though, but yeah, I don't see it. But yeah, they're going to break her spirit though, because Caitlin Clark wants to play basketball, but she's in a league that is a political agenda. The whole foundation of WNBA is political. It doesn't make any money. So what's the purpose of it? It's propaganda. They have horrible ratings. They don't make any money. So what's the purpose of the league? To do what? To spread lesbianism. To fight against the patriarchy. So Caitlin Clark is in a league that is a literal political agenda, but you all are telling me when she comes to the league, it's all fair. Stop. It's cap. The WNBA is a giant virtue signal. Its whole purpose is to destroy women like Caitlin Clark. That's the whole purpose of it. The whole purpose of the WNBA is to destroy women like Caitlin Clark. It's disgusting. Listen, Caitlin Clark is going to struggle her first year. I guarantee if I watch that game, if I watch a game, I guarantee her teammates. Now, she's the best shooter. Now, listen, now we can all agree that Caitlin Clark is the best shooter on the team. How much y'all want to bet there's no plays ran for Caitlin Clark? How much y'all want to bet they don't do what the Warriors did with Steph Curry with Caitlin Clark? Since y'all are not hating, since it's all fair, since you just care about basketball, how much y'all want to bet they ain't setting up no system around how well she shoots? How much you want to bet? The WNBA is one big virtue signal. It's disgusting. And I guarantee if I was coaching whatever the Fever, if I was coaching the Fever Blisters, that's what they are at this point. If I was coaching them, I guarantee she gonna average about 25 points easy. We're gonna run some sets. She got decent stats, but we're gonna run some sets. But the problem is I guarantee she ain't getting no easy buckets. The clips I've seen, she doesn't get easy buckets. Where's the picks being set? Where's the double screen? Where's the staggering? Where's all that being done? Where's that get off the ball, relocate, set of brothers, brush? None of that. So again, the WNBA is one big virtue signal. It's ran by Satan. A bunch of studs in there playing basketball. Nobody wants to watch it. Nobody wants to watch it. I know they're gonna foul. They're gonna beat her up. I know they're gonna beat her up. They're gonna send a message. They're gonna try to break her spirit. They're gonna tell her, "Be woke, and we'll stop beating on you." I wish I would. I wish I would. Just be woke. We'll leave you alone. I wish I would. I'm gonna go harder.
That would make some people believe that because I happen to be Black and or a woman, that somehow, even though I can rattle off all the qualifications in the world, my blackness makes me unqualified. Did not see.
Y'all want Caitlin Clark to bow down to women like this. Y'all want these people to bow down to people like this. What qualified Jasmine Crockett? Let's listen. Let's listen what qualifies. Let's listen.
As if my colleague understood that someone can be diverse and qualified. And it is why you have people like me that get very frustrated, not just in the halls of Congress, but in general in this country. Because as I'm sitting here and there seemed to be this question of you're either diverse or you're qualified, all I could think about was the fact that I currently hold an honorary doctorate. I also hold a Juris Doctorate. I also hold a bachelor's. I also technically hold the rank of Lieutenant Colonel in the Civil Air Patrol. And
first of all, you got a law degree, you got a bachelor's, and you got an honorary doctorate, and then you got some made up position as some air patrol. Sound like a flashlight. You the lieutenant of flashlight cops. You the lieutenant of security guards at Walmart. So again, Jasmine Crockett, none of this stuff means you're qualified to be in government. A bachelor degree does not mean you're qualified to be in government. Maybe a law degree, but I seriously want to question the law degree just based on what you actually say when you speak. Honorary doctorate from where? From where? University of Hard Knocks? Where you get your honorary doctorate from? It's cap. You got it because you're black. Period. So again, all these accomplishments means nothing. They don't mean anything. When you open your mouth, that's what makes you unqualified. When you open your mouth, that's what makes folks believe you're a DEI hire, but a DIE hire.
And I actually practiced law for almost 2 decades, in addition to serving on various boards, in addition to being a...
Jasmine Crockett practiced law for 20 years. Let's see. Jasmine Crockett practiced law. If she practiced law, she was an ambulance chaser. Jasmine Crockett was born in 1981. Let's see when she practiced law. She went to Rose College in 2003. She graduated with a Bachelor's of Arts in Business Administration. As an undergrad, Crockett planned to be an anesthesiologist or a certified public accountant before deciding to attend law school, which she stated was due to experiencing a hate crime while attending college. See, I tell you some woke mess. She later attended the University of Houston Law Center, graduated in 2006 with a Juris Doctorate. Representative Crockett was a member of the National Bar Association as well with the Dallas Black Criminal Bar Association. Representative Crockett completed law school and passed the bar in 2006. She then became a public defender for Bowie County. She formed a law firm. The firm was notable for taking pro bono cases of Black Lives Matter activists. I knew it was a setup. I knew it was a setup. Jasmine Crockett was a public pretender, and she took pro bono cases for Black Lives Matter, which of course they're gonna win because the system's all set up. It's cap. 20 years she's been practicing law, and Kofi said it. That would mean 2026 because she started practicing law in 2020, and we can agree that she did not practice law this year. She didn't practice law last year, so that means she ain't nowhere near 20 years of practicing law, because so she lied. What have I been saying? Black people lie. In 2019 is when Crockett, so in 2020, she defeated Barabil. So we know from 2020, so from 2000, so for 14 years, she possibly practiced law. Possibly practiced. We don't know. Possibly practiced 14 years. I don't know where she got 20 from. Tierra Barnes says she hasn't passed any laws, written any legislation, nothing. Right, she ain't did nothing. She did nothing. She did absolutely nothing.
Prior state lawmaker. And there are those that would make some people believe. State lawmaker. And I actually practiced law for almost 2 decades, in addition to serving on various boards, in addition to being a prior state lawmaker. And there are those that would make some people believe that because I happen to be Black and or a woman, that somehow, even though I can rattle off all the qualifications in the world, my Blackness makes me unqualified.
Many Black women say this is not her real hair. This is a lace front. It's not a real, listen, she bald-headed. I'm gonna just say she bald-headed. I don't care what, law degree, passed the bar, practiced law, little Benjamin Crump, she bald-headed. That's all I'm gonna say. You bald-headed, I don't care. So you practice law, you got the BLM activists off, you got them, you got some fake lawsuits, they want some money, you bald-headed. At the end of the day, you bald-headed. All that, I did this, I was a lawmaker, you bald-headed. All that, you got lace front on, I don't want to hear nothing. Get mad all you want. She bald-headed. We gotta just start saying, you know what, you bald-headed. We gotta just start saying, you know what, you bald-headed. You gotta just start saying it. You bald-headed. Stop playing around with them. Let me see something real quick.
Woman made a scene over a man who accidentally touched a Louis Vuitton bag while boarding a flight.
I dare you with the gay ass. Oh my! I dare you. What you trying to be on? What you trying to be on? I want whatever you want. I'll beat your up. What you trying to be on?
The crew members tried to defuse the situation, but she just couldn't calm down. So they asked her to leave the plane, but of course she refused. Even the arrival of the police didn't stop her.
You're not on acting crazy. Look at my arm. Because you're acting crazy. No, I came off the plane by myself. You didn't come and get me off the plane.
Lady, we already told you you were under arrest.
No, you did not. They told me I had to get off the plane. A man can hold me, but not a man. Look at how. No, I won't. I am not hype. Look, I'm not hype. Look at how he's holding me. He's trying to still detain me. Ma'am,
She says she's not high. She looks crazy. Her eyes look crazy. She looks crazy. What you mean you're not high? Look at her eyes. Yeah, Leatherface, she on that white. She on that soft.
he's trying to still detain me. Ma'am, I cannot. Officer, hold up, you. I'll spit on you. Let's detain us to keep it from acting. But you don't understand this. It's more acting. I'm an Army veteran. I understand how to control my anger.
But she can't control her anger at all. When the officers dragged her, she tried to bite one of them. The woman faces charges for battery against a police officer and a charge of resisting an officer with violence.
See, a lot of Black women don't tell y'all what they do behind closed doors. A lot of them are on prescribed medication. You'll be surprised. You go to Black women's house and look in their medicine cabinet. They taking all kind of pills and stuff. So it may not even be cocaine. It could be some prescribed. I don't know. She might be self-medicating, I don't know, but I just know she looked crazy. She looks nuts. And apparently some guy touched her Louis bag, but I'm pretty sure he probably just moved her bag to make room for another bag. Like it probably wasn't nothing deep. And she saw it and went crazy, you know, because that's her Louis bag. You better not touch it. The eyes tell it all.
Squires did ask me for evidence of King's plagiarism, which actually isn't that hard to produce. One has to look no further than volume 4 of the King Papers. Page 39. In addition to soliciting materials from associates, King also appropriated texts and ideas from unacknowledged sources, i.e. plagiarism, a practice that he had used to compose many of his sermons and graduate school papers. In the chapter tracing his pilgrimage to nonviolence, King adopted phrases and illustrations from an essay by a prominent and well-respected minister to explain his own early attraction to and ultimate rejection of Marx. The name of that minister, as explained to Delano Squires, was Robert J. McCracken. You can read even further down. At King's request, Kelsey, Levison, who was a communist, Rustin, who was a communist, provided additional material and suggestions for the discussion of the philosophy and practice of nonviolence. In other words, these men who were communists were the ones who wrote King's speeches, his sermons, his books, and basically put the words in his mouth that made him this great orator and speaker who we all love and respect today.
I have a dream.
So let's slow all this down and think about this for a moment. Communism as a philosophy and idea is antithetical and hostile to the American idea and to God. And so why would a Christian pastor who's supposed to be devoted to Christ trust communists to write his speeches, to write his books, to write his sermons? Why would a Christian pastor allow that? And not only that, how is
So what Chad is bringing up, and this is where, you know, I really question Delano Squire, because what Chad is bringing up is just a simple question of character. If MLK is a pastor and communists, as we all know, serve the will of Satan because they're atheists, then why would King even want to be around the likes of them? Why would they be his advisors? Why would they be the ones funding him? Why would he have any dealings with a group of people that are anti-God? Delano Squire is still scratching his head because there is a part of Delano Squire that is still stuck in the Blatrix. Delano Squire is still bliggity black. You know how I know this? Because he still lacks character when it comes to the truth. We all know that Chad is an honorable man. We know that Chad is very well researched. So we know that when Chad is speaking, he's not just talking. He's talking from a reference of, I've looked this stuff up. And so what Chad does is he exhausts himself in actually reading things that King actually said or King actually did. And Delano Squire is still saying it ain't true. So that means that he lacks character. To say that MLK was naive to what was going on is to say that Joe Biden is naive. Is to say that the crook is naive. To say that MLK was naive to this whole intricate plot is to say that everybody's naive. So if King is naive, then so was Judas. So again, this is where Black people often falter. And it's at the fork in the road, and it's the moment of truth. It's the moment where Black people have a decision to make. Either I'm going to stay on the bliggity black path, or I'm going to go on the path of truth. Now, the path of truth, the road is narrow, it's rocky, it may be some snakes on there, some scorpions, the weather's hotter over there, it's a hard walk. The bliggity black road is similar to that road in The Wiz. It looks nice, it's wide, you hear music, you smell chicken, and you walk on that road, and that road makes you feel better. The sun is always shining. You get to meet your favorite celebrities and stars. So the fact that Delano Squire is still questioning this stuff is insane. This means that Delano Squire is purposefully rejecting the truth. Purposefully. Purposefully. I don't respect it. But let's continue.
Is it that these communists were able to write such speeches and sermons that was able to convince even conservatives, even Christians, that Martin Luther King was a good guy, that he was on our side, that he only wanted what was best for the country? How was it that we weren't able to see through the myth, to see through the deceit? That is the biggest Trojan horse story of our time. It's important to understand the tactical and subversive ways that these deadly philosophies and ideas were able to spread in the church, in the American society. It's important to understand that, because for many of us, we think that a communist is a purple-haired liberal with a hammer and sickle tattooed somewhere on their body, screaming in the streets. That's our idea of what a communist is. God forbid it's the pastor in our church. God forbid it's the librarian at our local library. God forbid it's the teacher at our school. We don't think it's these people who are cleaned up, buttoned up, clean shaven. We think it's the crazy liberals out in the street. So when you're not looking at what communism actually is, how subversive it is, those who disseminate it are all too willing to blend in with your culture, to camouflage with your community so as to win your trust, get into your good graces, and to implode your organization, your group, your community from within. These people are genuinely passionate about building their globalist Marxist utopia. That is their true agenda, and they're willing to undergo the building of this utopia, even if it means moving subversively. Martin Luther King didn't.
So Chad brings up a great point in how communists actually look. And for most Black people, they are very, very unaware of what things actually look like. So in other words, to Black people, white means racist. And to Black people, Black means good. Even though most damage done to Black people is done by other Black people, Blacks still believe that Black is virtuous when compared to white. So the communists already know all we have to do is give you a white boogeyman and you'll pretty much follow the agenda. Most Black people are already communists. Most Black people are socially socialist and culturally communists. It's most Black people. And so black folks are none the wiser of what a communist actually even is, even though they're pretty much already sold out to communism. And we know this because if you're Black, you have to vote Democrat. That is the litmus test. If you're Black, you believe that you're owed something. That is the litmus test. Things like freedom and bootstraps and all that kind of stuff, Black people believe that's racism talk. Being proud of your country is racism. So most Black people are already communists. Varying degrees of how communist they are, but most of them are actually communists. Because most Black want you to think and act a certain way.
Learn nonviolence from studying Gandhi. That's a lie. He got the idea from Harris Wofford, who was a close advisor and friend to Martin Luther King. Wofford started the Student Federalists, which was a globalist organization that's still around to this very day. So yes, it is important to understand this deception so you won't be so susceptible to other such demagogues when they come along in the future, and trust me, they will. Do not be deceived. Test every spirit to see if it's of God.
Thank you, Chad. Delano Squire, stop playing games. Stop running. Stop hiding. Just embrace the truth. MLK was a fraud. He was a tool of Satan. It's just that simple. It doesn't make you less of a man because MLK was a tool of Satan. MLK being a tool of Satan has no bearing on you at all. None of these old black leaders that were communists have any bearing on us today. They were tools and pawns of Satan. And if you cannot accept the truth, you will eventually carry out Satan's will. So rejecting the truth means you're siding with Satan. Just that simple. You reject the truth, you're going to embrace the lie. That's how it works. Obama 2. Cruise Missile, thank you so much for the super sticker. I really appreciate it. Kofi 19, Juanita Bynum is like Sherman Hemsley on Amen. It's a church, but it's not real. That's hilarious. Idris Singleton, thank you so much for the super sticker. Star Baby, Romans 3, verse 21 to 22. Read it real quick. Romans 3, verse 21, 22. But now the righteousness of God without the law is manifested, being witnessed by the law and the prophets. Even the righteousness of God, which is by faith of Jesus Christ unto all and upon all of them that believe. For there is no difference. The next verse says, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. Thank you for the scripture. Thank you so much, Star Baby. Dead or alive. Hey, Blanche, thanks. Hoping all of you all have a wonderful Memorial Day. Sending all love. Thank you, Dead or Alive. Mano 1135. I appreciate you as always, brother. And I got engaged today to my Proverbs 31 woman. Amen, Mano. Congratulations. I'm leading this up. Rick Ham says, thank you so much. Great show. I will watch it later. Chat, family, one love, and God bless. Thank you, Rick Ham. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Congratulations, Mano. We love you and we really appreciate it. You coming on and supporting on your big day. Thank you so much. This is great news, great way to end. He that findeth the wife, findeth the good thing and obtain favor from the Lord. So congratulations to Mano again. Thank you so much to Angel Wings. We love you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, Goddess Navi. Thank you so much. And thank all of you all in the chat. We love y'all. Thank y'all so much. We will see you all tomorrow on Cutting Through the Culture. All right. Love y'all and thank y'all so much. Yes, Mano. Congratulations. Mano went ahead and popped the question. That'll be me one day. I'm gonna pop the question one day. Hope I don't get popping the question. No, I'm just joking. But it's a blessing. Congratulations again to Mano. God is good. Anyway, I love you all. Thank y'all so much, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Good night. Bless y'all.